This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports Chaco. We're here at the Wood Conlon Presser and we're delighted to be joined by our big pal Thomas Carty. How are you, mate?
All good, bro. Delighted to be here. Yeah, feeling good.
It's sort of a bit surreal, probably. This is the reason why you're in pro boxing? Sort of now you're on a big stage, 4 Irishmen all on the one card. Nottingham's going to go absolutely crazy on Saturday night. Is this why you turn pro?
Yeah, of course. Like, you turn pro with the idea of being on these big cards someday, but to be here in my third fight, it's a bit surreal, you know. So delighted to be here and looking forward to Saturday night.
And I know we only spoke a couple of weeks ago, and people's going to go, "There's Thomas Carty on here again." It wouldn't be right if you obviously were an interview and you obviously fight week. I think is it a 4-rounder or 6-rounder you're fighting in?
Doing six. Yeah. I didn't want to do 4 again. I want to start stepping up now to 6 rounders because I'm sparring 6 easy all the time, you know. So I wanted to get the 6 in.
And obviously, I think there's been a bit of a talk today that obviously your opponent's coming and he means war and everything else. I think you've sort of been smiling sort of in the background, going, "Happy days, I can't wait."
Of course. You don't want an opponent to come over and, you know, run away from you in the ring. You know, if he's going to come looking for me, he won't have to look far. You know, he's going to find me fairly quick.
Heavyweight boxing's all about knockouts, so obviously, if he wants to come and have a fight, he's having an early bath.
Yeah, if he wants to come and he wants to have a fight from the get-go, we can do that, you know what I mean? Or if he wants to come and he wants to try and last the rounds, I'll do my best to get him out there in my own way.
Obviously, Mick Conlon, obviously headlining the card. You're going to be on very early in the evening, so I guess in some ways you've got a free ticket for Saturday night. But obviously, once you get the business done and move to 3-0 in spectacular fashion, I'm sure you're obviously intrigued to sort of sit down and have a good night of boxing.
I'm buzzing to watch the lads. I'm buzzing to watch Gary, Keevan and then Mick then to top it all off. So it'll be a good night for the Irish Saturday night. You know, I'm fully expecting 4 wins.
You've obviously shared team with Gary and Keevan as well, and I guess when you sort of look back at sort of some of the tough training camps and things he's had, do you think you could all be sharing the same bill? Not even in Ireland as well, it's in Nottingham. It's probably just you're going, like, how do these things happen? It's
mad for things to come full circle for me. Like, of everyone on the card, I'm probably the happiest to be on it because, you know, third fight, you know, the lads are all in nearly double digits as far as I know, with professional fights. They've been on big shows and stuff like that. I've been on a big show in my last fight, but this is, you know, different level, bringing the Irish with us and the element of, you know, so many Irish fans coming over to watch the 4 Irish boxers. It's going to be extra special.
I obviously think of the spine-tingling moments. Like, we can just picture the mixed ring walk. Obviously, all the boos from the Nottingham fans and obviously all the Irish fans. You obviously said the dubs are obviously the inner city dubs are obviously the best and everything else. But 3,000 or 4,000 Irish fans obviously rallying back. It's like you'll be obviously standing probably ringside somewhere, obviously hairs and arms. It's one of them sort of things that you have to be there.
Yeah, it's, you know, special. I think is a great word to use for Saturday night because it is going to be genuinely special, you know. A lot of people are saying that, you know, Saturday night going to be green and, you know, Irish are coming and special night, but when you think of it, it is going to be a special night. Mick Conlon, crowned world champion, it's going to be something serious, you know, and it's a part of our boxing history, you know. People will talk about nights like this in years to come.
3 years without obviously a male world champion. Obviously TJ Tahini was the last one to have it as well, so it's probably long overdue in the fact that 3 years for Irish pro boxers, sort of nearly egg in the face. Obviously a lot of tried and failed, sort of, you know, just quickly obviously before Christmas. Obviously the feeling is now Mick's going to start the trend for obviously others to follow. You've obviously said you want an Irish heavyweight title fight by the end of the year. April 2012 was the last time it was obviously held, and you've obviously said this before, Tyson Fury was the last holder of it. The only problem you have is probably the lack of opponents in Ireland to obviously fight for. Is it probably going to be a tough one to make, or what are you going to have to do to obviously get that fight made?
Personally, I'm not too sure how it works, you know what I mean? I just know that that's the title I want and we'll jump through whatever hoops we have to, you know, to make it happen before the end of the year. So I'm not too sure of the ins and outs of it, but that's just, I know where I want to be before the end of the year.
It's probably just a call more or less, and they say to someone, look, if you've got a BUA Irish licence, come and fight me, because the only other thing you have then is probably the Celtic belt, which obviously means you can fight people from some regions of Spain, Wales, Scotland, you know, sort of like a Celtic sort of thing. But you obviously want to fight for the Irish heavyweight title before you can sort of move on to other things, but I guess there's only so many opponents and you probably don't even want to go out and name them. Yeah. But if they want to have a fight, first Irish heavyweight title fight in over 10 years, you're the man they need to contact.
Absolutely, I'm the man waiting there for the call, you know what I mean? And if the Irish title can't be made, you know, for now, we move on, then we go for the Celtic title next, because that's the next best thing, isn't it? You know, I want to win the Irish title because of the history that's there with it, you know. If that can't be made, Celtic title next then, and whoever's eligible then at the time, whoever fancies the fight, which I don't see many people fancying it, but I'll be there waiting, you know.
And you've obviously the platform as well, so it's like nearly somebody can rub their hands to go, they're going to get a payday and everything else. Some people obviously within the sport at a lower level have obviously not got to that realms of TV and everything else. So if you're fighting for an Irish heavyweight title fight, of course it's going to be on TV, you're probably going to high up the card as well. So some ways it's doing you a favour, but it's also going to give someone else a spotlight as well.
Yeah, absolutely, you know, 100%. I'm sure, you know, people wouldn't fight for free. You know, obviously we're prize fighters now, professional fighters, not going to fight for free. And with the platform, I'm sure we could rally together enough money to get someone to half fancy the fight, you know what I mean? So I can see it being made, definitely.
Obviously your manager is obviously their fight with Tyson Fury has been announced. We obviously knew it was sort of happening as well. But are you obviously surprised that 85,000 tickets sold out in 3 hours?
No, I'm not too surprised, to be honest, because, you know, obviously it's a monumental number, but you know, it's a monumental fight, and it's a fight for everybody. You know, it's a fight for the fans, it's a fight for the casuals, it's a fight for everybody. The boxing purists, you know, everybody's interested in the Fury white fight.
Have you guys made that phone call yet? I know you've made the phone call, potentially looking for tickets. Have you made the phone call to say you want on the card?
Yeah, I spoke with my manager and stuff like that, so we'll see what we can do. But I'll be happy to be on the card, to be there. No matter what way it is, I'll be there on the night.
You'd maybe even do bouncers, sort of ringside, just to sort of bring the fighters in and out, so you can get a free seat. Because I think it's like $2,500 for ringside.
Absolutely, yeah, no, I'd do bouncer, no problem. I wouldn't get between Dillian and Tyson now, but between anyone else, no problem.
You were sort of looking one of the bouncers to do the head-to-head with you earlier on as well, so because your opponent wasn't here yet, but you're in that sort of bouncer mindscape. Obviously, the gym's been pretty active sort of recently. Obviously, Eric unfortunately comes short against Ramirez. Obviously, Niall O'Connor's fight's fallen through. You've Ray Millett. It's going to be appearing in a DAZN card as well. Seems to be obviously a thrive about the gym at the moment. What's the gym like to be about?
Gym's buzzing, you know what I mean? I was kind of the flag bearer for a while. There wasn't that much coming up, and you know, I don't live too far from the gym, and you know, a true professional, so I train all the time. So it's great to see the lads coming back in now, you know what I mean? Lads are in camp again, which is great. Adds to the buzz in the gym. And it's not just me, you know what I mean, doing my thing and working with Pascal. We were always working, me and Pascal, you know what I mean? There's not a week, not a Monday. What days we time? We don't train Tuesdays or Saturdays or Sundays. So every other day, you can guarantee you'll find me in Celtic Warrior at some stage in the day, working hard, no matter what the week, camp or no camp, you know.
We nearly forgot, obviously, Maurice Moran, obviously coming back into action as well. He's obviously been through a bit of a tough time. Is probably the focus now in the gym and obviously rallying around Eric, although Eric's seasoned enough in the game, he was sort of daring to be brilliant, sort of, you know, going upset the odds sort of thing, you know. I know he said that he's got to continue on in the sport. Eric's probably a vital part you have in the gym, and probably the experience, like obviously when Eric speaks, you just want to sit down and sort of, you know, just keep listening. Yeah. How much of sort of is it now unused to obviously rally around him and bring him back to his best?
Yeah, you know, like Eric is a seasoned professional. You know, he was a fantastic amateur, standout amateur, a fantastic professional. Eric doesn't need that many of us rallying around, and we rally around them, but you know, Eric's a very well grounded, mentally strong guy. You know, Eric could be back, and I've seen him, you know, he's seems in a great place, as from talking to him, seems in a great place at the moment, so hopefully we see him out again soon.
Well, look, we know you've been obviously at the press conference quite well, doing interviews and everything else. The big man needs to eat. You know, when you're obviously a heavyweight boxer, you need to keep the fuel in. We obviously hope you soak up the atmosphere on Saturday and obviously really enjoy it. And we'll be looking forward to you putting on a spectacular performance.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to it, buddy.
Cheers, take care.